Ano yung sa background dere?
Wala na siya daan. Kusga rin ang tingog. Eh, kusga yan ang tingog, guys. Hindi nag-ish ka na ra.
Okay, we'll start in 30 seconds.
Dati. Dati ka Janel. Takot. Focus, focus, focus.
So good day, Philippines. I'm your host, Norby Kalaskusan, and welcome to Kasha Baba. There was a time when 100 pesos could buy you a full meal or maybe even a little extra. But today, it feels like it's only enough to look, not to buy. So we ask Kasha Baba, or are we simply surviving, not really living? Today we talk about the real impact of rising prices on our everyday lives. Let's welcome our guests. Joining us today are three individuals who experience inflation from different perspectives. An economist, Ms. Janelle Sibala, who will help us understand why prices keep rising. A market vendor, Mrs. Jessa Hapal, who deals with price changes every single day. And lastly, an employee, Miss Sophie Liberdelia, who feels the impact every payday. So let's begin. To our vendor, Mrs.
Nawala
Hapa,
ka dyan.
is the biggest change you've noticed in prices recently?
Yes, the increase has been constant and unpredictable. The prices of our meat and vegetables and even our fish and seashells changes almost every day. And sometimes it is hard to set our prices because our capital is already high. And also we hope to get our customers to stop buying because everything is becoming more expensive.
So it's not just the customers who are shocked, the sellers feel it too, right?
Yes po, exactly. If the customers struggle with high prices, we too, especially the small business owners, we are also struggling to keep our business going.
Which this clearly shows that inflation affects both buyers and sellers. Now, we would like to hear questions from our audience. This is the chance to share your thoughts. So let's begin with our first question from the audience. So anyone?
The high prices of eating, how do you take care of your customers related volume of you?
Okay, as a vendor, I try to keep my prices fair. I choose affordable suppliers and also give quality products so that our customers will continue to trust and buy from me.
So thank you to our guests and audience for the meaningful discussion. So now let's understand the bigger picture here. Why do prices keep increasing? Sisala, our economist.
So inflation happens like
Sisala.
So just adjust that well.
Honestly, before it's will save a little of an hour. But now,
so inflation happens when the general prices of goods and services raise over time. So this can be caused by higher fuel prices, supply shortage, or increased demand. So for example, when a fuel price goes up, then the transportation becomes more expensive. So this increases the cost of delivering goods and businesses pass the cost on the customers.
So it's like a chain reaction.
Exactly. So one increase leads to another, so affecting in the entire economy.
And that's why even basic needs become more expensive. Now, we would like to hear a question again from our audience, especially as we turn to the economic side of this discussion. So, anyone?
So what are the common effects of inflation on ordinary people?
So the biggest effects in the decrease in power of people can buy fewer goods with the same amount of money. So families are forced to prioritize basic needs like foods, transportations, and bills while reducing the other expenses.
So, thank you, Ms. Sibala, for that information, and for the guest, thank you. To our employee, Ms. Librabilia, is your salary still enough for your daily needs?
honestly, no. Before, I could still save a little or buy extra things. But now, I focus only on essentials. I reduce my food budget, limit transportation, and avoid unnecessary spending. Sometimes there's nothing left.
So, it is like from I deserve this to this will do.
That's true. It's no longer about comfort, it's about survival.
And that reflects the reality of many Filipinos today. Now, we would like to hear the last question from our audience. Let's focus on our employee. If you want me to ask about benefits or career growth. So, anyone?
So, to the employees, so is your salary is still enough for your needs and expenses today? Why or why not?
So, as what I've said earlier, so my salary is not enough. Is not always enough because the price of basic needs like transportation, electricity, food, and other bills continue to increase. Even if I budget carefully, there are times when unexpected expenses happens. So it's not so difficult to save money.
So, thank you so much. So, now the big question is who would take action, the government or the people? So, anyone who guess?
So both play important roles. So the government must control the inflation through the effective policies, like stabilizing prices and improving supply systems. At the same time, individuals need to manage their finances wisely by budgeting and prioritizing their needs.
As business owners, we also need support. If costs like transportation and supplies become more affordable, we won't need to keep our prices too much.
For workers, higher wages are important. It's difficult when prices keep rising and our salary stays the same.
That's the reality. Prices keep growing, but many people's income stays the same, making our daily life harder. So to end our discussion, let's ask each of you one last question. How do we survive inflation?
So we survive inflation through planning. So this means we are going to budgeting carefully and tracking expenses and prioritizing essential needs. So when people understand how inflation works, they can make smart financial decisions.
For us business owners, it's about resourcefulness. We adjust to price changes, find more affordable suppliers, and most importantly, avoid waste. It's about being flexible and finding ways to continue our business despite this rising cost.
For workers like me, it's perseverance. Even it's hard, we continue to work, and even if difficult, we manage our budget and make sacrifices we needed. We stay strong because we have responsibilities to support. Before, we live and work hard, but now we live just to survive. Wala na connection. Ikaw na dyan.
So thank you so much to our guests for the answers and for joining us today. So Kasha Baba, may be not the way it used to be. The value of money has changed and the challenges have grown. But behind every rising price is a Filipino working hard, adjusting and moving forward. Let this be a reminder. We are not just surviving, we are fighting, we continue, we endure, we move forward. Once again, I'm Norby Kaluskusan, and this is Kasha Papa. Good day, Philippines, and goodbye.
Thank you so much. May I ask who? Okay.